Twitters from the Atlantic by Barrie Mahoney. Debit cards for expats. Many of us have fallen out with credit cards. Individually, as well as nationally and globally, we can now see that being encouraged to spend beyond our means has been a bad thing. One early catchphrase during the launch of the credit card revolution was that access, remember those, takes the waiting out of wanting, which now seems rather hollow as we now realise that our wanting costs considerably more if left unpaid on the credit card. Many people have also experienced considerable worry and illness due to increasing personal debt, particularly at a time of severe recession and job losses. Debit cards are a useful alternative. A direct charge against our bank account helps to remove immediate temptation and encourages us to spend within our means. However, personally, I am reluctant to use these cards online or with traders that I do not know because of potential fraud. Now that I live overseas, I rely a great deal on purchases on the internet. Indeed, eBay has been a real lifeline for items that I cannot purchase at a fair price on the island. I prefer to keep my bank debit card for cash withdrawals and not run the risk of my card being used by some overseas scam operation to clear out my bank account. So without credit or debit cards, what are the alternatives? Well, you could ask your bank to set up a second current account with a debit card just for internet transactions. However, this usually means additional charges for running the account, as well as charges for the issue of the card, which can be very expensive in Spain. Some Spanish banks issue prepaid cards specifically for use on the internet. Although useful, I found that they are expensive, and one that I tried to use involved a visit to the bank to top up each time, as this feature was not available online. While such an arrangement is not ideal if you suddenly find a good value flight online and need to complete the transaction quickly. I now use prepaid debit cards issued in the UK. One that I use is issued free of charge, and the other card costs about £10 for 3 years. I can transfer money instantly from my main UK bank account into the prepaid card account. These funds are then converted into euros, or dollars if you prefer, and are instantly available for use anywhere. They can be used to withdraw cash from most cash dispensers worldwide at a cost of €150 for each withdrawal, and that's for a maximum of €300, or used for purchases in any establishment that accepts debit or credit cards in the usual way. There are no additional charges for operating the account, which is a bonus. And the only downside appears to be that you have to have a UK address, but this can usually easily be overcome. See my earlier Twitter, Watch Your Address. One of the companies that I use, FairFX, offers a particularly good rate of exchange, far better than airports, or even the post office. I can view the transactions online, top up from my mobile phone, as well as operating a second card for my partner. Best of all, it's a secure way to do business online, and it's reassuring that, should the worst happen, I would only lose the top-up amount on my card, which I deliberately keep at a low limit and top up only when needed. Prepaid debit cards are also a good idea if expats have children living in the UK or maybe attending university. They can be given a card linked to the main account, and then their card can be topped up as and when they need or deserve it. It's ideal for Christmas and birthday presents too. There are now a multitude of such debit cards available, but as an expat, only a few meet my criteria of being either free or cheap to run, offer a good exchange rate, with online access and a choice of currency. I have a card that I operate in euros only in Spain and the Canary Islands, and one in dollars that I use for purchases from and when visiting the US, as well as one in sterling for UK purchases and visits. I hope this information helps. Further information about the cards that I've mentioned is available on the Expat Survival section of my website. If you do come across better deals that are suitable for expats, do please let me know and I'll share the information. If you enjoyed this Twitter, have a look at my website, www.barrymahoney.com, and thank you for listening.